3 Scary Stories by Alien Bunker. Phantom phone call. Late one stormy night, Sarah sat alone in her cozy apartment, engrossed in a book. Suddenly, the silence was shattered by the shrill ringing of her phone. Startled, she picked it up, only to hear a mysterious voice on the other end. The voice spoke in a chilling tone, barely above a whisper. It seemed to know details about Sarah's life that no stranger should be aware of. The caller mentioned her deepest fears, secret desires, and personal memories that she had shared with only a select few. Feeling a sense of unease, Sarah demanded to know who was on the line. But the voice remained elusive, refusing to reveal its identity. Each time she tried to end the call, the voice would plead with her to listen, weaving a web of sinister tales and cryptic warnings. Night after night, the phantom phone calls continued, leaving Sarah sleepless and terrified. The voice grew increasingly malevolent, its words dripping with malice. It knew her every move, recounting her daily routine in disturbing detail. Seeking solace and answers, Sarah contacted the authorities, but they could find no trace of the mysterious caller. The phone company was equally baffled, unable to explain the origin of the calls. Sarah's friends and family were concerned but had no explanation for the eerie occurrences. As the days turned into weeks, Sarah's life spiraled into paranoia. She began to question her own sanity. Was the voice a figment of her imagination, or was there something more sinister at play? One fateful night, Sarah received the final call. The voice on the other end spoke with a newfound sense of urgency, warning her of an impending danger. It urged her to flee, to leave everything behind and disappear. Haunted by fear and desperation, Sarah decided to follow the voice's advice. She packed a few belongings and left her apartment, never to return. The phantom phone call ceased, but the scars on Sarah's psyche remained, a constant reminder of the enigmatic torment she had endured. To this day, the identity of the caller remains a mystery, and Sarah wonders if she will ever be freed from the haunting whispers of the phantom phone call. The haunted music box. I inherited an old house from my late grandmother. As I began exploring the attic, I stumbled upon a dusty, forgotten box. Curiosity compelled me to open it, revealing a beautiful vintage music box. Intrigued by its intricate craftsmanship, I wound up the delicate mechanism. To my surprise, haunting melodies filled the air, instantly transporting me to another time. The music was enchanting, but an inexplicable chill ran down my spine. As I listened, strange occurrences began to unfold. Objects in the room shifted and rearranged themselves, seemingly moved by unseen hands. I brushed off the unease, chalking it up to my overactive imagination. But as the nights passed, the music box became a magnet for bizarre happenings. Shadows danced on the walls, whispering voices echoed through the halls, and the air grew heavy with an otherworldly presence. I started to notice a ghostly figure lurking in the corner of my vision whenever the music played. It appeared as a spectral silhouette, wispy and ethereal, disappearing as quickly as it appeared. Fear gnawed at me, but curiosity held me captive. The music box's melodies became an obsession, drawing me closer to the mysteries that lay hidden within. Late one night, unable to resist any longer, I allowed the haunting notes to guide me through the darkened house. As I followed the sound, it led me to a secret room concealed behind a bookshelf. Inside, I discovered a worn-out diary, its pages yellowed with age. Its author was a previous occupant of the house, revealing tales of a tragic past and a forbidden love. The diary entries spoke of a curse tied to the music box, warning of its dark power and the malevolent spirits it summoned. The previous owner, consumed by the box's allure, had paid a terrible price. The music box became a conduit for lost souls, trapped between realms and yearning for release. Terrified yet compelled to break the cycle, I made a decision. With trembling hands, I carefully placed the music box back into its dusty confines and sealed it away in the attic, vowing to break the chain of darkness. As the music ceased, a profound stillness settled upon the house. The once haunted energy dissipated, leaving behind a sense of calm. Though the echoes of the music and the specter's presence lingered in my memory, I knew I had freed them from their tormented existence. To this day, the music box remains hidden away, a reminder of the otherworldly encounters that forever changed my life. And while the haunting melodies may haunt my dreams, I take solace in knowing that I broke the curse and released the trapped souls from their eternal limbo. The Navajo Monster. I've always been drawn to the mysticism and legends of Native American culture. So, when I embarked on a camping trip in the heart of Navajo territory, I couldn't resist the opportunity to explore the stories of the Skinwalkers, despite the warnings from the locals. I set up camp near an ancient burial ground, feeling a mix of curiosity and unease. As dusk settled, a chill descended upon the area. I couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched, and the haunting howls of coyotes echoed through the night. One evening, while sitting around the campfire, I noticed movement at the edge of the tree line. Glancing in that direction, I caught a glimpse of something that sent shivers down my spine. It was a figure, human-like, but wrong somehow. Its body seemed contorted, with limbs that moved unnaturally. I squinted to get a better look, but it vanished into the darkness. Heart pounding, I dismissed it as my imagination playing tricks on me. But as the nights wore on, the encounters became more frequent. The creature appeared on the periphery of my vision, lurking in the shadows, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Unable to ignore the growing terror, I sought guidance from a Navajo elder. He listened carefully to my account and nodded solemnly. He confirmed my fears. I was dealing with a skinwalker, a malevolent witch who possessed the ability to transform into any animal at will. The elder warned me that skinwalkers were known for their cunning and trickery. They could imitate the voices of loved ones, drawing unsuspecting victims into their clutches. He advised me to stay vigilant, to carry sacred herbs and objects that would offer some protection against the malevolent forces. Night after night, the skinwalker persisted, taunting me with its eerie presence. I would wake up to the sound of scratching at the walls of my tent, whispers in the wind that seemed to call my name, and the feeling of being watched from the darkness. I decided I couldn't let fear consume me. I packed my belongings, determined to leave the cursed grounds behind. As I drove away, a sense of relief washed over me. But just as I began to relax, I caught a glimpse of movement in my rearview mirror. There it was, the skinwalker, running at inhuman speed, pursuing my car with an unsettling determination. Panic welled up inside me as I pressed harder on the accelerator, desperate to escape its clutches. The creature lunged, scratching the rear of my car, leaving deep gouges in the metal. Eventually, I reached the safety of a nearby town, where the skinwalker's influence seemed to dissipate. But the memory of those chilling encounters will forever haunt me. I learned that night that the legends of the skinwalkers are not to be taken lightly, for the line between myth and reality can blur in the most terrifying ways.